Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, State Representative Judd Matheny says he still wants the state Republican Party to fire its political director despite action taken already by the party. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is joining the investigation of a suspected Grundy County murder. Dr. Dan Lawson gives the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen an overview of this year's budget request, and we'll bring you video from last week's Special Olympics. We'll have those stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
The Russell Barnett Automotive family is the largest automotive retailer in southern Middle Tennessee. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, we are your one-stop shop. Check out our awesome website, russellbarnett.com. There's over 1,200 vehicles to choose from. Stop by one of our 5 locations. That's Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Chevrolet GMC, and Ford of Winchester, or Russell Barnett Ford and Kia of Tullahoma. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
Welcome back. Tennessee Republican State Representative Judd Matheny said he still wants the state Republican Party to fire its political director and clean house despite action taken to distance the employee from consulting work done by his wife. Last month, Matheny and 26 other GOP lawmakers called for the resignation of political director Walter Farrell. His wife, Taylor Farrell, heads a political consulting firm that had contracted with one of Matheny's opponents in the August primary. The Nashville Tennessean reports Taylor Farrell has terminated work for Matheny's challenger, but the lawmakers still insist that Walker Farrell be fired. Matheny calls on GOP Chairman Ryan Haynes to fire the man to clear up the ethical dilemma created by a husband-wife team working against incumbent lawmakers. The Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen is inviting you to help honor Tullahoma High School senior superlatives, academic award winners, and class officers at a reception at 5 p.m. on Monday, May the 9th, prior to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting at 5:30 p.m. at City Hall. Mayor Lane Curley said, quote, "These are our leaders of tomorrow, and I feel it is appropriate to honor them in this way and thank them for their leadership and achievements during their high school years. I encourage everyone to stop by to congratulate these seniors and join me in wishing the very best for them," end quote. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is joining the weekend probe of the death of a young Grundy County woman found alongside a remote trail Sunday afternoon. Authorities say the body of Samantha Chandler, age 26, was discovered by a group of all-terrain riders near Ross Creek. She was last spotted in the area while visiting a relative's house nearby. Family members tell WRCB-TV the woman was shot to death. Grundy County Sheriff Clint Schrum says preliminary autopsy reports indicate the woman died from foul play. Authorities believe Chandler was picked up by someone before she died. Anyone with information about the death is asked to contact the TBI or Grundy County investigators. The Child Development Center, which is a local nonprofit group, is having a fundraiser this Saturday. John Gray spoke with Lisa Winnett and Laurel Stone about the event.
So to run this program, I would imagine it takes money.
It does. And major funding does come from the Department of Education, but it does not fully fund.
Not enough. So how are you trying to raise some money right now?
Well, right now, this Saturday, community can help us out. We're having a local pancake breakfast at the Faith Lutheran Church from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Tickets are available at the door, so everyone come out and enjoy pancakes. Waffle House is a big supporter of this event.
Very good.
And so they're delicious pancakes, I sure.
All right, and they're closed down right now, Waffle House is.
Well, yes.
Here in Tullahoma,
well, they're
they
opening
are.
back up, I understand.
Oh,
so,
sure, yeah, they're just going.
They're just closed for
we can't wait,
but they're still here in the community.
Yeah, they're gonna have a brand new place over there.
And of course, today's the big payback, so there's another way you can support.
There's another way you can support there. So this is this coming Saturday. It is at Faith Lutheran Church. It's at 8 a.m. to 11, and it's $5 pancakes, and I'm sure there's sausage and coffee
Sausage,
and
coffee.
Juice and
Yes.
It's a good
everything you
deal
need.
for a good
Everything you
cause.
need.
It does. It goes to a good cause.
Well, and how long have you been working with them, Law?
Okay, I don't work with them. I still work with Child Care Resource and Referral, but I am an advisory board member. They have an advisory board that supports every county. So I did actually used to work under the Community Development Center, who is where
Well,
they
you're
are a
always
program
doing
of.
good stuff,
Yes.
and we're very
Anything
proud of you.
related to children. So they asked
All right,
me to
let's
be
go
on their
eat
advisory.
pancakes. Faith
Okay.
Lutheran Church, Saturday at 8 o'clock. Thank you, ladies,
Thank
for being
you.
with
Very
us.
nice to
Thank
and
you.
good luck in everything you do.
Thank
It's very
you.
nice to meet
Nice
you
to
as
meet
well.
you
Good
too.
handshake.
The city of Tullahoma will host a police memorial service next week to honor local police officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Police Chief Paul Blackwell tells us more.
Next week, next Wednesday, May 11th, at noontime at the South Jackson Civic Center, we'll be having our annual police memorial ceremony. And that's to recognize the five Tullahoma police officers that have died in the line of duty. And that's since 1934. We encourage people to recognize officers every day.
Sure.
It's not just once a year, but once a year is when it's been set aside by legislation to honor our police. So we encourage you to come out South Jackson Civic Center next Wednesday at noontime. It's about a 30-minute ceremony. We know we try to keep it at 30 minutes so people taking their lunch break. And we'll have have a small refreshments afterwards. So, if your lunch break is totally consumed coming there, we'll give you something to eat, something to take with you. But hopefully the weather will hold out. I'm kind of looking at the 10-day forecast, and it looks like about a 50-50 chance.
Right.
So I'm going to be the optimist that there's a 50% chance it is not going to rain.
Okay.
But we'd like to see everybody come out there.
Okay, that's next Wednesday, and it's at South Jackson City.
South Jackson, May 11th.
Okay, May the 11th
noontime.
at noontime. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac is worth the short drive for savings that can't be beat. Take home this 2015 Chevy Equinox, 0 down, just $299 a month. Or how about this 2015 Chevy Silverado Double Cab, 0 down, just $369 a month. And as always, we will match or beat any dealer's price. So come check us out or visit us online at stanmcnabb.com. But please don't forget, when it comes to the best deals, if anyone can, Stan can.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. The annual Southern Middle Tennessee Special Olympics was held last week at Wilkins Stadium in Tullahoma. Bob Payne brings us this video.
Our Special Olympic flag this morning is being carried by Tyler Ruling from West Middle School right here in Tullahoma. Good morning, Tyler. All right, they're making their way around. They need to really hear it. It's going to light the torch, light the flame. There it goes. Everybody have fun, be safe.
Hi, I'm Barbie Moray, and I'm at the 2016 Special Olympics at Tullahoma High School. I'm here interviewing Mr. John Eaton. John, how many years have you been coming to the Special Olympics?
I think this makes 36. And it started in and there's an interesting story you might like to know. That was the second year of Special Olympics here. I was invited the first year, and I thought, I don't know whether I want to do that or not. I came out here, I saw friends who had kids here, and I thought, yeah, I'm in the middle of this. I need to do this. So it's been good for me for 36 years.
1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, great job. Excellent.
With me now is Sky Jones from Tullahoma High School. Sky, what do you like about the Special Olympics?
I like the 50-yard dash.
And are you good at that?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Thank you for being here and participating. And do we have another student here?
Yes, we do.
And what is your name?
My name is Andrew Wessner.
And I believe you're from Tullahoma High School, correct?
That is correct.
What do you like about the Special Olympics?
Oh, soaking up the vitamin D and all that other stuff, especially when you're running and other stuff like that.
Okay. Are you all excited? What have you got there around your neck?
I got a first place. I don't know what that is. Medal.
And is anyone here watching you today from your family? Who's
yes,
here?
my daddy and my cousin.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for being here.
I'm Justin Holder. I've been emceeing the Special Olympics here in Tullahoma for the past 16 years or so, and it's really one of the highlights of my year. I have a cousin with Down syndrome in Michigan. I grew up around that and kind of a special sensitivity to that. I think one of the neat things about this is you come out every year and it's kind of a neat refresher because in so many ways you see the very best of people. You see people show up year after year. You really create great relationships with these athletes, and you realize that this is something that they look forward to and they train for all year. You know, when I first started this 16 years ago, I didn't have children, and having two little boys now makes me appreciate these athletes, the determination that they have, and makes me especially appreciate the people that come out year after year to support it, and what a big deal they make of it, and how very special it is.
Peter Run, first place. Cyrus House. Second place, Jaden Solinger. Third place,
Jaden.
Natachu Scruggs.
You got a sheet?
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Tonight we bring you part 3 of Tom Corrington's interview with Brian Skelton, General Manager of the Tullahoma Utilities Board, about the upcoming creation of a Tullahoma Utility Authority.
We're back, folks, and we're talking today with Brian Skelton, the General Manager of TUB. And TUB is in the process of becoming a separate utility, no longer under the control of the city, if you will. And we were beginning to get into some of the details about what that means. So you got 3 or 4 major steps you have to go through once you get going. One of which is transferring all the assets from the city to the new authority.
That's correct.
Tell us what your assets are. What do you consider your big assets?
Well, the assets that I'm referring to are the real estate property, but for instance, our headquarters facility on South Jackson, our 3 substations, we've got probably 30 some odd lift stations that we own property around town, all the water tank properties that we own, Short Springs, the area next to Short Springs that TUB owns. So there's a lot of real estate that will need to be transferred. Again, it's titled in the name of the city of Tullahoma, but it's all been paid for by the ratepayers of TUB.
Yeah. Okay, so it's primarily property that you're talking about in terms of assets, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of our trucks and rolling stock is already owned in the title of TUB. But again, the real estate it's all been issued in the name of the city of Tullahoma.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you've sort of been mixed up all along. And you'll have the right to enter into contracts on your own, and you can be sued.
That's correct.
Sue.
That's correct.
Not in the name of the city, but in the name of TUB.
That's right. And we could be sued today, and the city could be sued because of our connection. But you're right, that connection being broken, the city would no longer be able to be sued for something that TUB could be sued for.
Okay. Well, now, one of the major advantages for you, I would think, is the ability to expand your service outside the city limits. I know one of the big items that's been on the table for several years is trying to get fiber out to the Joint Industrial Park in between here and Manchester. So is that one of the major attractions to this?
Well, it's certainly attractive in the fact that if the law changes, this authority will not give us any new authorization on that, so we still are prohibited from going outside of our service area with fiber.
Yeah.
But if that law were to change, and we were unsuccessful in getting it changed next year, but we got a lot of momentum that we hope to carry over to next year and maybe get that law changed. So if that law changes, we would be able to then expand should our board decide they wanted to do that. And the thing that we've wrestled with is, let's just say we decide to go and expand outside of our service area, and we decide to issue a small bond issuance, say just $1 million. The city might have apprehension of backing that because they're basically backing debt to go serve an area outside of the city where the taxpayers that'll be backing that. So we felt like by getting the independence and taking the responsibility off the city, it would let our board make that decision based on whether we could make it stand on its own fiscally.
Yeah. Let's talk about the expansion issue a minute. That has come up. It requires a state legislation to okay that. That has come up several times in years gone by, and it has been voted down primarily because of the opposition of all of the commercial providers like Charter, for example. And what's the big advantage of this if without that legislation? What is your feeling about the possibility of that legislation ever getting approved?
I think that it will get approved one day. Now, whether it's next year or not, I don't know the answer to that. But I think legislators are hearing from constituents that are in areas that are either underserved or unserved. And to me, by anybody in the state can get internet through a satellite, but it's not, from a practical perspective, it's not reliable, it's not affordable, and it's not fast. So to me, there is a significant segment of our population in this state that cannot get good access to affordable, fast broadband. And so I think the legislators are hearing that, and I think they are ready to make a move. This year was not the year, but I think we realize, first of all, that TUB and the other 6 or 8 utilities in the state that offer broadband services, we are not the solution, but we're part of the solution.
We'll be right back in a moment.
Here at Stan McNabb Collision Center, we work with all major insurance companies, and we get the job done right the first time, on time.
Well, I grew up in Tullahoma. We'd always done business with Stan McNabb, so when we needed collision service after a run-in with a deer, we knew to call those guys. We already had trust with them. We called Cody. He took great care of us. He kept us posted every step of the way, and we couldn't have been more pleased.
Getting your vehicle back to pre-loss condition shouldn't be a headache. So in event of an accident, contact me, Cody Hall, at Stan McNabb Collision Center.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Dr. Dan Lawson, Director of Tullahoma City Schools, spoke to the Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen last week about preliminary plans for this year's budget request.
Let me give you a Reader's Digest condensed version of what we think is important. We, like the city of Tullahoma, are about people. We're people-driven. 83 to 85% of our budget on any given year is based on our personnel cost and indirect cost associated with those personnel. We're looking at a raise that is a function of the increase in the basic education program. So we have an increase that came down, and we have a mandated increase that we have to share with our employees. We have incorporated that in our first draft, and this by no means is a final budget product. Please don't believe that. This is a draft with a few big picture items. So the biggest single expenditure we're going to make is in improving our salaries to our staff. That won't show up in the city side of this equation because we're funding that with BEP, with state dollars. The second component that we spent some time advocating to see some changes on relates to a healthcare insurance cost. If we look at a raw increase this year, we're expecting to see our premiums go up by about $213,000. That will be included in our budget. Our board has made a priority of addressing capital projects and addressing building needs. So we're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $300,000 in maintenance, but that is in our recurring budget. We're not making a request in that regard. As we transitioned, we knew that we could replace a lot of textbooks with digital devices. And the average textbook is probably going to be $90 a pop right now. And the textbook adoption cycle in the state of Tennessee is a 6-year cycle. We can buy a digital device for somewhere between $350 and $400 unless I feel something tugging on the back of my jacket telling me I'm wrong, Diane. And apparently I'm close enough to be safe. So we can't make a direct replacement due to the fact that we've got about a 3-year replacement cycle on technology and about a 6-year replacement cycle on textbooks. So we think that we're going to look for about $220,000 net in new dollars just for technology. Finally, we have no belief that we're going to encroach on our undesignated funds, on our reserves. We believe that right now we can present a balanced budget with an increase and with our increase in insurance premiums and with the textbooks with an additional $433,000 in appropriations. Now, is that all from the city? No, certainly not. But we're not expecting to see much from either county, and we have not disaggregated direct appropriation versus sales tax monies. So that's kind of the big picture as to where we are and what we're looking at. This budget is not, our discussion of budget is not about a lot of new programs. This budget is about taking excellent programs and making them better.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a lab mix named Winter. She entered the shelter as an owner turn-in after her owner's health declined. Winter is approximately 1.5 years old and is good with other dogs and children. Winter is up to date on her vaccinations, heartworm negative, and has a microchip. She will receive a free spay provided by the Tullahoma Animal Shelter. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue. The Coffee County Humane Society's featured pet this week is Brownie. Brownie is a lab Spitz mix who was unable to go with his family to a new apartment. He has already been neutered and is up to date on his shots. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at Post Office Box 252, Manchester 37349, and their website is www.coffeehumane.org. Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
The Kia Summers on Us sales event is going on right now at Russell Barnett Kia of Tullahoma. Let me tell you about this event. Purchase a new Kia Sedona, Kia Optima, Kia Forte, and receive 0% financing up to 66 months and your first 3 payments for free. For a limited time only, no strings attached. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. The Kia Summers on Us sales event going on right now. Why buy anywhere else?
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades, and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1952 at 90 degrees. The record low was in 1957 at 33 degrees. Average high on this day is 76 and the average low is 50. Tonight, look for partly cloudy weather with a low of around 46. Mostly sunny weather in your forecast for Friday with a high of 67 and a low of 51. Mostly sunny weather remaining in the forecast for Saturday with a high of 79 and a low of 60. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.